Welcome to the YCNU podcast. Join us each week for engaging conversations with campus leaders, students, faculty, staff, alumni, and community members. From academics to athletics, campus life, and beyond, we cover it all. Have someone you want to hear from? Let us know. Let's explore the world of Yavapai College together.
Hello and welcome to the YCNU podcast. I'm Cadu Medina, your host, and I'm here with Megan Hanna. Hello, Megan. How are you today?
I am very well. Hello, and thank you for having me.
I am very excited to have you on the podcast. There's a lot I would love to talk about and learn from you. Let's start with learning about you a little bit. Tell me a little bit about your background and your role here at Yavapai College.
Sure. So I am the faculty program director responsible for the business degree here at Yavapai College, particularly our bachelor's degree, but we also have an associate's degree in business. And it's pretty fun for me to be in this role because I was raised in the Prescott area, graduated from high school from Bradshaw Mountain High School. My first semester at college was at Yavapai College. And I went on to get a degree in accounting because I took an accounting class at Yavapai College for fun. And my professor said, you're really good at this. You should consider this as your major. And so I took her advice and ended up majoring in accounting. And after I got my accounting degree, I was looking for a role. I thought I wanted to be an accountant. So I was looking for a role as an accountant and ended up stumbling into banking. And so I ended up becoming a commercial banker and worked with local businesses and moved my banking career, not just from here in the Prescott area, but I ended up moving my family to Colorado and then to Utah and Washington. And then we came back to the Prescott area in 2018. And during that period of time when I was working as a banker, I ended up getting a master's in business administration degree and then started to pursue a doctorate in business administration because I wanted to figure out how I could make an impact on businesses in an even bigger way than what I was doing as a banker. And I thought that one way that I could possibly do it is by getting a doctorate and then seeing where that led me. And that ended up leading me to academia in a little bit of a roundabout way. And here I am.
Homegrown, back to Yavapai College. How cool is that? That is awesome.
It's really cool. It was really cool, too, because some of my formative memories were on the Yavapai College campus. When I was 8 years old or so, my mom was taking classes at Yavapai College, trying to work towards her degree. Back. It was way back. So my sister and I would hang out in the library while my mom worked on her papers. So she would use the technology in the library to type her papers. And my sister and I would sit and read and color and do whatever the things we were doing. So I saw my mom as a non-traditional learner learning from Yavapai College. And I think it really had an impact on me.
Wow. And here you are. That's tremendous. I love this story. It's so cool. Well, the Bachelor of Science in Business. I mean, that's a big one here for Yavapai College and for our community for sure. It's been growing in popularity and in size as well. More students, more classes and all of that. But tell me a little bit about this program. What is unique about it? How does it come about? When did we start offering this to our students? And how does it prepare students for success in today's business world, which we know, is constantly changing. It's super dynamic, and no one better than you to know this because you've made a long career in business. So just give me a little overview on this program.
Sure. So historically, community colleges haven't offered bachelor's degree. But in recent years, we had an opportunity as a community college to begin offering bachelor's degrees in the state of Arizona, which is a really exciting development. And so our first bachelor's degree is indeed the Bachelor of Science in Business degree. It was launched in the fall of 2023 and originally had 3 concentrations, a concentration in accounting, one in entrepreneurship, and a third in organizational management and leadership. And then in the fall of 2024, we launched our 4th concentration in digital marketing. So now you can get in Yavapai College right here in Yavapai County, you
Right.
can get a 4-year bachelor's degree with any of these 4 concentrations. What's cool about this degree, I think, is that it can be completed entirely online, and there's no need to buy textbooks. So we use what's called open educational resources, so free resources that are freely available, that are high quality, to deliver the content in an 8-week format and completed fully online. So when you
Fully
pay for your
online.
tuition,
Wow.
fully online. When you pay for your tuition for your classes, you don't have to spend extra money on textbooks for your bachelor's degree, which is a huge potential cost saving.
That's incredible. How does the business degree here at Yavapai College stack up against other colleges, other business degrees in different colleges, maybe more traditional colleges that, like traditionally have been offering this degree? And so how does it work? Because I know we're fully certified. I mean, it's a full curriculum, right? It's not anything different than maybe, you going to a bigger metropolitan area to get your college degree from, I don't know, Phoenix, or go to Harvard. Or tell me a little bit about that. How does it stack up against these other degrees? And are we full on kind of rolling out this degree right now?
Right. So it's a very awesome bachelor's degree that can stack up against any of the competition. So we're fully accredited by the Higher Learning Commission. And this is the same accrediting agency that accredits lots of colleges in the Western United States. So we fully stack up, we're accredited, and our degree includes all of the information that you would need to learn in a business degree and is comparable to the degrees that you would get at any other university. The difference, I think, is that we are small in our class sizes. So if you were to look at our class sizes, generally our caps are anywhere from 25 to 30 students. So students are going to be experiencing their courses in a relatively small environment, which means that they have an opportunity to get more direct feedback from their instructor. So instead of going to a huge college where you're sitting in a class with 100 or more students and you're being taught the information by a faculty member, and then your papers are being graded by a teaching assistant, and you don't have an opportunity to interact with your professor, that's not what happens here. So if you take a class online, or if you take a class in person, the few that we offer, then you're going to be interacting directly with your professor, not with a teaching assistant.
Wow.
And that, I think, is an incredible advantage.
Absolutely. Are students, since we're doing this mostly online, are students coming mostly from our community, Yavapai County, or do we have students from anywhere in the world or the U.S.?
We have a lot of students that are from Yavapai County, but there are students from many other places. So I've had students from Alaska, from all over the U.S.
Nice.
Certainly, there's an opportunity to participate in our program from wherever you are, which is exciting.
That is super exciting. Well, speaking of students, do you have any stories or examples of students who have gone through the program and made a significant impact, in their careers and communities, or maybe have moved on to getting a really good job somewhere really awesome? Let's just brag about it a little bit, because I know we have so many good student stories everywhere.
We do. I think what's exciting about our program is it's so young. So we first launched our bachelor's degree in 2023. So we're really into our second year of the bachelor's degree. That said, there haven't been a whole lot of graduates yet, although it's ramping up. And it's going to be exciting to see who graduates in our 2025 graduation ceremony. Yes. But one story that I can share is we had a student who is an entrepreneur, and she ended up being connected to some people that served as a mentor to her, and ended up launching a product that's very successful and now has a small business. And she tells her story a lot. I'm sure that people will hear her story, but it's incredible to see how meeting with a mentor, gaining some business skills, and then taking that knowledge that you've learned and applying it can lead to amazing things. So she took the initiative to meet with this person and take what her mentor said seriously and then apply it to her own product, and has launched this successful business. And she's just one story that I know of, but I know there are so many more stories that I have no idea are out there.
Right. And if I know the story that you're talking about here, we don't need to mention names, but I know she was a graphic designer, correct? And then she decided that she wanted to come out of that just freelancing world and decided, I want to launch my own business and I want to grow this. I want to turn this into a legit, source of income for my family and make this into a business. So that's kind of how she used the business degree to really kind of help her develop and expand and grow and legitimize this business for her, which is probably the story for other students too that are coming from completely different areas and industries, not necessarily from business per se, but maybe someone in the medical industry or someone that had a degree in something manufacturing, and then it decides, you know what, I want to actually open a business, run a business, and turn whatever ideals I have into, a reality. Is this also the type of students that are coming to this business program? It is. The entrepreneurs.
Absolutely. She's just one such example. I have another example of a student who's a welder and makes very cool infinity tables. Nice. And expressed that one of his goals is to learn how to run his own business so that he can sell these amazing infinity tables that he's manufacturing. So it could be anyone, a welder, a graphic designer, who knows, person who wants to start a business or who's already working in a business and wants to grow in their career. So my sister is a pretty good example. She's an RN and was a floor nurse for a really long time and ended up getting into administration. She already had a bachelor's degree, but because she was in an administrative role, she ended up going on to get her MBA and a master's of science in nursing because she really needed those business skills in order to be able to be effective in her job. So that's someone who went for a master's of business administration, but there very well could be someone who's working in a business and just needs those business skills. They have the technical knowledge to do the thing that they're doing, but they need the business skills in order to be able to manage and lead and look at budgets and do all of the things that you have to do every day in a business. Yeah, I think that's what's cool about a business degree too, is all of us who have a job are working for a business.
Absolutely.
Even if we're working for ourselves, it's a business. So having a business degree is going to equip you to work in any job if you want to be a manager or leader or an owner of a business.
Right. What are some of these skills that we are talking about here that if someone doesn't know exactly what kind of skills you're acquiring if you're going through a business program, what are we talking about here besides the obvious stuff like marketing or accounting? There's more to it. You mentioned their leadership. So yes. Give me an overview of the skills that are being explored and people are getting educated on.
Right. So you'll learn a little bit of everything. To start, we have students take a survey course where they learn everything about the business environment. And the business environment is touched by internal factors such as the people who work for the business, the managers, the entrepreneurs, the supervisors, the owners of the business. But it's also touched by the external environment. So what's happening in the economy? What's happening with interest rates? What's happening with inflation? How's the unemployment level? Wow, all of these types of economic factors. So you learn a little bit about economics. Of course, businesses, the way that they report how they're doing is through numbers. And so there's a little bit of accounting so that you can understand what it is that your business is doing. Accounting, I think people think of accounting as a math concept, but it's not actually. Accounting at its heart is a language. And people often refer to accounting as the language of business because it's a way to tell the story of the business. Right. So you'll learn a little bit about accounting. You'll learn about marketing, like you said. So how to market your business, what marketing is. You'll learn about management. So what is management? How are you going to act as a manager? And then more importantly is, what is leadership and what is effective leadership?
Right.
People can be a manager if they're given a specific role, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're a leader. So those leadership skills can be applied by everyone, whether you're a manager or not. So even if you're not a manager, you can apply leadership skills. So we talk a lot about that. They'll learn about organizational behavior. So how is it that organizations are structured, and what is the behavior that you're going to see within the organization? So there's all sorts of things that happen in organizations that you need to be able to handle. So what happens if there's change in an organization? And change isn't something that might happen. Change is something that will happen. And so how are you going to adapt to change and prepare for change and maybe be a change agent? And many, many, many other topics. If you're going to specialize in one of our concentrations, so if you're going to specialize in, say, digital marketing, that would go into more depth about marketing specifically from a digital perspective. So how do you handle online marketing? How are you going to handle this differently than your traditional marketing that you would see?
Yeah, love it. Whether you are a business of one, or if you are a part of a business of many, I mean, these are all skills that, you could use on a day-to-day type of situation, right?
Right.
And whatever you do.
There's more than, according to data from the Small Business Administration, the most recent data that they have available, there's more than 34 million small businesses in the United States as of 2024. Small businesses are businesses with 500 or fewer employees. So most businesses, in fact, according to the SBA, 99.9% of all businesses in the U.S. are small. And I think that we're uniquely equipped to help small businesses.
Oh, absolutely.
grow.
Especially since, in that kind of situation, a small business, usually the business owner is what we typically call like wearing many hats. And each one of the skills that you mentioned there is one of the hats that we're talking about. And you see that happening frequently. Like the business owner is the manager, is the HR guy. It's also the procurement guy. He's buying and restocking things. He sometimes also drives the truck that delivers the thing. And the wife is doing the answering phone calls and selling, and it's just incredible. I mean, you do have multiple, hats at one time.
I had a boss in banking, and so as a commercial lender, I needed to know a little bit about a lot. And so what he would say is, you need to know enough to be dangerous. In other words, you need to know enough that you know when you need to bring someone else in to help you.
Absolutely.
So this is sometimes what's important for entrepreneurs too. They need to know enough that they know that they need help. So for example, they need to know enough about accounting to be able to read the reports themselves and handle a budget and do all of those sorts of things. And also to know that they should hire an accountant to get into the details.
Those are the skills. And I love that we're, able to kind of really exemplify all of these, because it gets lost in the shuffle here. There's so much that goes on in a business environment, and sometimes you have many people, handling all of these different roles and tasks, and sometimes it's just a one-man show. So this business degree is phenomenal for that, I'm pretty sure. Well, let's, talking about this business degree being so popular nowadays, I know that's because you've been working really hard to make this happen and to promote it, and to promote it within the college and in our community. Can you tell us about some of the outreach events and initiatives I know you've been working on to get the word out, to get this business degree in front of our community and people that need it?
Sure. So I think that a lot of people seem to know about the degree. We have pretty strong enrollment, and word of mouth seems to be a great way to get people to learn about the degree. So if people are completing the degree and then talking to their friends about it, that's one way. Another thing that we're focused on is the students themselves who've already decided to be a part of our degree program, or those who are in any program in the college but might decide that a bachelor's degree in business is right for them. We have been hosting several times a semester something we're calling our business mixers.
Oh.
And this is a way for anyone who attends the college or is a part of the community to come and learn a little bit about business and mingle with each other. And it achieves
awesome.
a couple goals. First, they can learn a little bit about the business degree. And secondly, if they're taking the business degree or if they're just a student in general and they want to feel like they belong, it's a way for them to get to know their faculty members, other community members, and other students. And, I mentioned before that we're a fully online degree. So what that means is that these students are going to be participating in a digital classroom. They don't necessarily have as much of an opportunity to interact with each other in a face-to-face setting. So these mixers allow those who maybe would like an opportunity to come and see people face-to-face to do that. But if their schedule does not allow that, they can also get onto a Zoom call and interact with their peers and faculty members and other people from the community in that digital environment as well, but synchronously. So in real time, which is pretty cool.
That's amazing. What does the business mixer look like, and when do these events happen? Just give me a little bit more of a overview of how this works, because this sounds super interesting. I mean, it's the thing that in business, if you're in business, these mixers are just like a routine of business people's lives.
Yes,
it's so awesome that we're bringing this to the students. So tell me more about it.
Yes, absolutely. So we host these mixers generally 3 times a semester. Our mixers this semester are going to be on Thursdays from 4:30 to 6 p.m. once a month. So February 27th, March 27th, and April 24th. And then for those students who are attending summer classes or still want to keep it up in the summer, we're also offering one on a Thursday, June 26th from 4:30 to 6 p.m. They're all on the Prescott campus, but like I mentioned, there's an opportunity for people who don't want to come in person or can't come in person for whatever the reason to join via Zoom. And we pay attention to the Zoom people too and moderate that and make sure that they feel as if they belong.
Right.
And at the mixers, what will happen is we always have a guest speaker.
Okay.
We've been very fortunate to partner with SCORE, which is a nonprofit organization underneath the Small Business Administration that offers mentorship to business owners. Yes, and entrepreneurs for free. And so these SCORE mentors are very experienced and knowledgeable in business, and they come and share information about specific topics. So as an example, in February, we have someone who is involved in insurance, and he's going to talk to us about business insurance. And if you might think of insurance as a career, he's also going to share what you might do if you think that insurance might be something that's interesting to you as a career. He'll also give advice on what you should consider if you're a business and you need insurance, or you don't even know that you need insurance, what types of insurance you should consider getting and why it's important.
Right.
But we also are going to have other people come and speak. So as an example, at Yavapai College, we have a Small Business Development Center, or SBDC. So in our April event, we're going to have our SBDC join us along with SCORE and the other people to talk a little bit about small business and entrepreneurship careers. We'll have a panel of a lot of people at that event. So every one of our events, we try to have an interesting topic and presenter so that whomever comes to the mixer can get this information and then have an opportunity to talk to those people, to maybe develop a relationship on their own and to meet each other.
That's excellent. And these events are free and open to the community too, right? It's not just for students.
Yes, it's free and open to anyone. And in fact, we encourage those to attend to bring a friend. So if you hear about it because you're a student, bring a friend. If you hear about it just in the community, come and bring a friend. The more, the merrier.
That's super cool. Go over the dates here with me again. And this is 2025, by the way, in case someone is listening to this podcast way in the future. Let's just make sure that we give them the context here. So
of course,
these events.
Yes, these events are in 2025, February 27th, March 27th, April 24th, and June 26th. They're all from 4:30 to 6 p.m. here on the Prescott campus.
Very cool. And how do people sign up for it or can look up information about it?
Yes, they don't need to sign up. So all they need to do is show up.
Okay.
And we will publish information on our website about the events. So they can
wonderful.
come to our website. We have a School of Business Speaker Series website that people can go to find information about those events. And they could also contact me if they wanted to. They can find me in the employee directory, Megan Hanna. I'm always very receptive to people reaching out. So they could always reach me and I'd be happy to share the details.
I love it. Is there a URL for that website?
Yes, there is.
Is it easy to drop in, or is it easier to just search it on our website?
It's easier to search it on our website.
Okay.
Or you can actually do a Google search.
Oh, wonderful.
So if you search Yavapai College School of Business Speaker Series, then on that page, you will find information about the events and
mixers.
any events that we have.
I love these events, and it's always fun to attend. And even if you don't really kind of have any agenda to be there, I think it's just so informational, and it's so inspiring also to hear stories and see how the community is doing and ideas that are coming up and how they're going about getting the stuff implemented. It's always like a very collaborative type of environment, right? I mean, these business mixers are just awesome. It's where magic happens. It's when businesses start and great ideas come to fruition. It's just awesome.
It is awesome. And in fact, one of the people that we talked about before met their mentor at one of these speaker series events.
There you go.
So, networking is key and mentorship is key. No matter how advanced we are in our career, we can benefit from mentorship.
Yeah.
So coming and figuring out, is there someone here that can be a mentor for me? Or maybe you are a person that can be a mentor for someone.
Right.
That's just incredible. Building relationships is huge.
Yeah, it's a great way to give the students an opportunity to apply what they are learning, which networking is a big thing in business, right?
Yes,
and so this is
huge.
A practical example that they can come in and really kind of practice what they learned.
Yes.
That's awesome. Well, let's talk about the future, because I know we're kind of running close to 30 minutes on our podcast here, and Megan, I want to be appreciative of your time here too. Tell me a little bit about what's ahead for this degree, and what are your hopes for the growth of the business degree? How can the community and prospective students get involved and learn about it? So this is that time of the podcast now that it's almost like, give us a way to get to more information and to sign up for it. Just tell us how to get to you.
Sure. So I think that the cool thing about our degree programs and really any business career is that it's constantly evolving. Mm-hmm. So as the industry continues to evolve, as the world continues to evolve, as we see that there are additional needs within our community, we'll surely make changes to our degree program so that it continues to be the best possible program for our students and community, and frankly, the world. So that's what's next. Is we're constantly looking at our degree and figuring out what else we can do that's cool and helpful and needed and will help our workforce grow. The way to learn more about our degree is if you visit our website, yc.edu, and then look up our program, the business programs. You'll find all of our different business programs that we offer, including our associate's programs, our certificates, and our bachelor's degree programs. And then that's how you can learn more information. You can also contact anyone in the School of Business, myself included, and we're always happy to share information. You can attend the speaker series events. They're an incredible way to learn more about the people who are behind the program and to ask questions and to get involved. If you feel strongly like you want to be someone who helps plan these mixers, I would love support. So anyone can reach out to me and say, I want to be involved in helping plan those mixers. And I would love that. That would be wonderful. We have a club called our Future Business Leaders of America Club. That club, if you look at YC clubs, you'll find it. It's an excellent way to be involved. It's a national club, and there's competitions that you can do in the FBLA. You can do all sorts of things. There's leadership projects, and it's a great resume builder. So look at Future Business Leaders of America. We have a chapter, we have a club. It's a very interesting way to get involved. Those are just a few.
That's
items.
super cool. I didn't ask you one question, but I got curious about this now since you invited the community to come and help. Do we have a relationship with businesses locally here? Businesses that are just growing and just waiting to hire more people and are working with you to kind of, make sure that as soon as our students are graduating, they already have a place to work or get internships. Are we doing anything like that to really kind of connect these students with the business community and sort of help them in that transition from student to workers?
Yes, great question. So one of the classes actually that's included in our degree program is an internship course.
Oh, no kidding.
And so
that's awesome.
Students, can complete an internship and find employers who are wanting interns and grow in their career in that way. We have a list of companies. So if they reach out to our internship coordinator, Dr. Amy Smith, they'll be able to find information about internships within the community and those that specifically are partnering with YC and being involved with YC. So that would be one way. We also have a business industry advisory committee, and that advisory committee helps us make sure that the programs and the things that we're doing are going to be meaningful to our local workforce. And so we're involved with the business community in that way as well.
Fantastic. Love it. Megan, anything we left behind? Anything we forgot to mention?
I don't think so.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so very much. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me today about all the wonderful things that we're doing with this business degree. I hope that the audience really kind of learned a lot about it, learned a lot about you, who are amazing and is doing a phenomenal job with the business community and degree and everything else. So we're really appreciative of you. And thank you again, Megan.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you for tuning in to the YCNU podcast. We hope you enjoyed our conversation today. Don't forget to follow and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss an episode. Got someone in mind for our next chat? Reach out and let us know. Until next time, keep exploring, and we'll see you next week.